Hi guys, so not in the garden, but we kind of are in the garden today. We're in my little man cave. Um, I won't say it's my pride and joy, but it's, it's kind of a happy place for me. It's where I come to have a little moment. It can be gather some thoughts, put some music on, um, just do something I want to do, which is nice. Tracy's fabulous. She's an amazing partner, and we got on great. But like all couples, you do things separately, and you enjoy your sort of time away. You know, doing different things. So it might be music or telly programs, anything like that. Generally, watch a lot of stuff together and listen to a lot of stuff together. But occasionally, it's nice to have those new times. So this is my sort of space. Here with Peggy, and who else we got? We've got Milo. Is Milo on there? There he is somewhere. I can't see that too well. And there's Chip. Two Chips in a while, laid back, like the other two. The other two just like they're too energetic really to be in here, but it's okay. So the gardens. I've not done anything in the garden for the last week or two. It's just been very dormant, and obviously the weather's been cold, so I've not tackled any jobs that I wanted to do. There's not a great deal to do, but one of the jobs that I wanted to do was regrout out the patio, take all the old pointing out, replace the slab that's got a bit of a rust mark on from the whacker. Yeah, just little jobs like that. But the only slight problem is that because it's been raining so much, and once I commit to grinding the old pointing out, and then you've got to put the resin in and stuff like that. Some guys like sand and cement mortar pointing, but I've done that years ago and it cracks anyway. So I like the resi play. And as you get a bit older as well, it's just excruciating on your back doing like mortar pointing as well, hands and knees. So I like the resi play. And even though you still have to go on your hands and knees and you have to, you sort of apply it with a brush and everything and a trowel, but it's the actual getting the finish on that as well, which you have to. I get on my hands and knees and put a finish on it. So it's never dull. But yeah, the only slight problem is it requires a curing period of going off in the evening time. Certainly this time of year, it requires a good 24 hours plus to cure, probably more. It depends on the temperatures, but it needs to be dry. So I'm loath to do it at the moment. So I really want to do it in maybe the springtime when it gets a little bit warmer. Just do it one weekend. It's not a huge patio, but I think it'd be better doing at the springtime. Some people mentioned about over the years about sealing a patio. I've actually done my own. We did ours a good few years back, and it looked fabulous. It looked fabulous when we first did it. It looked really, really good. Only lasted a couple of years though. And the thing is, once it starts fading off, it looks patchy then. It looks, well, exactly that, patchy. Excuse me, just eating. Yeah, so it goes from looking really good to a bit patchy, and then toying with the idea of whether to redo it or whether to just leave it. And I've come to the conclusion now, I think, well, it's a natural stone, just leave it. It looks a little bit fake as well, so yeah, so I've not redone it. And the idea of applying a sealer to then it's got to be perfect as well. It's got to be dry. It's got to have a curing period. So I opted not to do it. Like I say, some people like doing it, and you see what you want to see from a picture. You see what you want to see. It looks like it looks perfect in the picture, and I'm always a little bit cautious with things like that, and I'm always a bit It doesn't. I'm always looking for sort of faults. Well, like I say, I tell I tell customers that it's you see what you want to see from a picture, and the garden when I finish it, it's the best it's going to look. So, and then it's up to you to maintain it and to look after it, put your own stamp on it, that type of thing. So, but yeah. So with the sealant on the natural stone, I'm not a fan really. I'm not a fan. I say it looks great when it first goes on, but a year or two down the line, it starts to fade and dissipate and come off with the jet wash and stuff like that. So it's not for me. So while we're in the man cave, like I say, there's no real jobs to do at the moment that I want to do outside. So I'll just give you a little bit of tour of my. Okay, there we go. So I had this put in, big boxing van. So I had this put in last March, I think it was, and I absolutely love films, stuff like that. My dad's favourite films when we were growing up was there we go, Butch Cassidy. One of my favourite films is One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest. Fabulous films. There you go. So bits and bobs there. I kind of decorated it like, oh, not decorated it, put pictures up, kind of resemble when I was a bit of a kid and putting posters up and stuff. And I think I had Sam Fox in my room when I was on a poster when I was a kid, but what's that? So yeah, we had this put up last year, and as I said in the previous video, I with 3 dogs now, or 2 at the time, but then we've got Milo. It's difficult to maintain a lawn when you come home from work and it's dark, certainly on winter time, and the dogs sort of piddle all over it and it's a bind. So I said to Tracy that I didn't want to do that anymore, and rather than putting another patio down here or something like that, or replacing it with gravel or something, something on a cheap basis, we saved up a bit of money and we chose this, and it had to be very specific. I'll turn this around. The door had to be where it is because I wanted to maximise the space here. So the door had to be there. There's a bit of a window there, and it had to be of use for me. Some people turn them into bars. Some people turn them into gyms. I don't really drink. We don't drink. We drink maybe, I don't know, once every so many months, and we'll have a bit of a blowout in town. Go to the John Bull Chop House, fabulous pub, good rock pub, and we'll have a few drinks, but we don't drink in the house. So a bar was off the question. Gyms, I've been in and out of gyms since I was 13, 14 maybe, and yeah, I don't know, get a bit older. You think it's all vanity really, and trying to maintain a bit of a, I don't know, appearance, should we say, or feeling good and all that business. And but I'm not really a gym person too much nowadays. I know they're not just being content. I don't know, but I'm happy myself, so I'm happy with my relationship, and yeah, life's good. So I don't tend to do the gym anymore. That's really so. And like I say, I love films. I love box sets. I've got a PlayStation. I love playing like Resident Evil games. So this is my me time. I'll come in here. And I don't really watch too many films by myself, but it's just nice having that space. And like I say, Tracy and I, music's slightly different at times, so I never realise. I've heard guys speaking about sheds, man caves, going to the shed, all these different things, and you think, I don't fucking get that. Why would you want to just sit in a shed? I don't get it. And then you get one, and I say I'm 53 now, and I won't say I've waited 53 years for a man shed, but it's a man cave. But fucking hell, they're good. Nothing really happens in here. Nothing happens in here really. It's just nice. It's just nice having that. Obviously the heater's on at the moment, so that's the little buzzing you can hear in the background. But because it's cold, they are cold, and but I say a couple of radiators here and there. Fucking nice, man. It's just quiet and calm. I can sit here. I don't have to think about too much about doing housework and all those jobs that you don't do as a kid, and then all of a sudden as an adult you think, I've got to obviously back the house and make tea and do the shopping and stuff like that. So and in here I can just sit here and nothing really needs doing. It's just nice to relax. It's just really, really nice to relax, and you're still out in the garden technically. Summertime I keep the doors open. You hear the birds in and out. The dogs can come in and out. As you can see there, let's turn this around again. Sort of all crashed out now. That's nice. And it's only when the dog next door kicks off that they start barking again. But apart from that, it's a really, really nice space. So I would highly, highly, highly recommend a man shed, a man cave, or an outdoor garden room if you've got the funds for it. Got this from Dunster House. It comes as a kit. My friend Tim helped me put it up. It's fairly self-explanatory. It needs two of you to put it up. Ideally someone who knows what they're doing. And my good friend Peter did the electrics for me. And apart from that, it's just a bit of carpet. And also a bit of carpet. I got the table from Facebook Marketplace. The couch came from Facebook Marketplace. All cheap stuff. My friend Alex gave me the table. He was changing his house around a little bit, so I just took anything I could. And obviously the pictures I bought online. Just sort of chose some nice prints. And it's a couple of accessories. And the other nice thing about it as well, it's you. I didn't have to ask Tracy for her input on what I should put in, and just think, well, I like it, so I'm putting it in. Where Tracy's got a fabulous eye for detail in the house, and I just let her go along with what she, she looks, whatever she does, it looks nice in the house, so I leave her to it. But in here, it's just a little bit of a boys' room, and so I kitted out with film posters, and and I get it now. I get it. 53 years old, and I get why man sheds are good. The other thing about it, what I will say is, I see some gardens where they have a pergola, and I've never understood a pergola. Pergola. I've never understood it. I don't get it. I don't get what the fascination is with a pergola. The problem with having dogs, you just end up with snotty bits on your hand. And so with the pergola, it's pergola. It's just like an open roof, so it doesn't let the sun in. It doesn't let the rain off. It doesn't keep the rain off, and it doesn't keep the sun off. Yeah, you can grow stuff over it, and I suppose for a walkway pergola, that's quite nice, but as a feature over a patio, I'd never understood it. Never understood what that's about. It kind of looks okay, I suppose. Maybe that's what all it is. It's just it looks okay. It just gives you a bit of height, which is a good thing in a garden. It's just a bit of a cheap construction. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. I'm quite often wrong. What do I know? So I'm just kind of a tin pot landscaper, so I don't know. Quite stubborn in my ways, like, but I've never done a pergola. I don't get it. I don't want to see them. I suppose if you've got a bit of a roof on it, that might be all right. It's not a bad thing, I suppose. So I didn't want to do something like that. Just put a pergola up and then a patio and an area which I probably wouldn't have used, because it's at the back of the garden as well. You have to be very careful when you put something at the back of your garden, because all of a sudden you're exposed by all the neighbours, and then you're looking at your house. Whereas with a patio by the house, you're looking at the garden, which is a nice, you say space is always by the house. Excuse me. And then, but then garden design, that's where those guys come in, dictate what you look at. And I suppose the other thing about it with new builds, they're so overlooked. They're so overlooked. So to design a garden where you're not overlooked then by the neighbours is tricky. So one of these is great, kind of hides a lot of things. But then the flip side is there's tricks where you can get around it with a new build, where you can not screen it with like 20-foot new trees which are going to dominate everything. You can do little tricks to make it the overview not as prominent. So again, they're just little tricks of the trade, and they're stuff that I can bring to the table when I do garden design. So that's it at the moment. I mean, also on a basis of whether somebody wants a garden doing, always available to work. I always need work. So if you wanted any garden projects doing, any advice, I've opened my kind of YouTube page up for more of an advice, maintenance side of things. Where are we? There we go. Maintenance side of things, and I wanted to stick to that really. And like I say, on projects, if they're kind of interesting enough, I'll do some videos of like masonry work and that type of thing. So that's quite exciting. But yeah, so from a non sort of a working basis, the YouTube channel is for maintenance side and advice. Yeah, so that's that. But yeah, anyone wants to get in touch, always available for landscaping projects. Any questions you want to know about gardens, maintenance, anything like that, feel free, drop a message. Subscribe to the channel. It's sort of slow at the moment, it's up and running, so obviously I'm just looking for ideas and things to talk about. I think one thing I will talk about, actually, now we're on a rant about pergolas, and I've mentioned this earlier on the videos, is the garden side of it, and the lack of gardens now, the lack of sort of what a garden is to people. And it's still a garden, it's an outside space, but for me a garden is green, plants, life, movement, just interest. And I think that has definitely been lost on a generation now, of where people just want, maybe it suits their lifestyle, which again I get that, but it can still be a low maintenance garden. Because everyone's busy now. We're all busy with what we do, and social media especially now. People haven't got the time span to be doing things, but a garden is a fabulous place to just stop all that social media stuff, stop all the outside world, like when you go to the cinema. Maybe not when you go to the cinema, because people still use their phones now, so but it's a nice way to just shut off and just do a bit of gardening, bit of planting, bit of pruning. You do the crappy jobs through winter, and then you do the nice jobs through summer. It is nice, I promise you it's nice. There's nothing better, well, there's nothing more rewarding, I think, than having a garden set out and having a few spaces in your garden, and then going to the garden centre May time after Easter, and getting some nice herbaceous things, fruit trees, anything like that. God, it's nice. It's so rewarding. It's a day out and out at the garden centre, but they have some fabulous plants, and they're all kitted out for for people just going to buy the nice plants. They'll have them all on show, like when you go into a supermarket and you just look at the spot you've got, look on the label, if it fits, and it likes sun, shade, that type of thing, go by the label, and if it fits, it's great. So I think this new style of gardens that's coming now limits people from doing that. People just don't want to do anything. it's like porcelain, it's like AstroTurf, sleepers. Sleepers are shite. Sleepers are fucking awful. they look good for a, you know, it's like it's wood basically. So once it starts rotting down, and you can put a bit of bitumen on the back, but there's nothing better than a stone wall or a proper border made of bricks or stone or whatever it might be. Sleepers, I think sleepers are for people who can't build really, but you can just stack them on top of each other and put a bit of wood at the back. I think that's shit. I don't like it at all. But like I say, what do I know? I'm quite a traditionalist. I do love stone. I love the masonry side of things. But yeah, but I would encourage people to look at more sustainable sort of products rather than AstroTurf. Even porcelain, it's people think it's self-cleaning. It's not. It has a water retention on it. As soon as you walk on it, you're bringing muddy footprints on it. It holds water, it holds dirt. It doesn't clean itself. And you see what you want to see from a picture. It doesn't clean itself at all. It doesn't brush the leaves up. It doesn't, you know, like I say, it will hold footprints on a stronger level than stone. But yeah, with stone it's porous and it does absorb things. Both need cleaning, both need jet washing. So it's just something to think about when you're choosing a garden designer, what type of things you like, and then what will look good in so many years' time, what you'll have more fun with as well, what will look good all year round. So then my advice, and I'm biased, stone's great, stone's beautiful. So yeah. Okay guys, right, we'll leave it there. Like I said, I just wanted to do a little update on my YouTube channel, and just touch base. I'm distracted by obviously Tyson Fury just come back now on his fight, so I'm a big boxing fan, but I love Usyk. I think he's just a fabulous boxer. He's the master. So yeah, I love watching his old fights. Where Tyson Fury, it doesn't interest me, like, but yeah, Usyk, I love watching his fights. So that's the thing with Tracy, not really into the boxing too much. I can just come in here and watch what I want. I don't have to ask anyone, so it's quite nice. So there you go. Right, I'll leave you to it. And like I say, if you want to get in touch, more than happy to have a chat. If you want to ask any questions regarding plants, paving, anything garden related, man sheds, man caves, then that's great too. Okay, see you soon. Have a good week. Bye.